Hello everybody. So real quick, because these are all cold food items, but we want to go through kind of another sale at the commissary. They're always marking stuff down. You get some really good prices. I'm going to start off with these eggs, so then Therese can get them put into the refrigerator. But they had a whole bunch of these, but these are the extra large eggs, and they have these stickers on there marking them down to 40 cents a dozen. So of course we grabbed 6 dozen because we're out of eggs. But they probably had 20 dozen there. And they had some that were marked 30 cents and 35 cents too, but it was just the large eggs. These are the extra large. So for the extra nickel, we sprung for the bigger eggs. So we got 6 dozen of those. Now we normally score some deals like this at the commissary. They typically mark things down and we'll get 2 or 3 items that are marked down. But today it seems like they had a whole bunch of stuff that we could use even if we weren't looking for it. Here's just a little tube of toothpaste in a funky container. I've never seen it like this. On the back, $1.30. I don't know the regular price on this toothpaste. I've never really bought it before, but when it's marked down, I assume it's a good deal. Coffee. Never heard of this brand before. They had 4 of them on the shelf. We grabbed 2 of them because we don't like to take all of them. $3 for a bag of beans. I think these are whole beans. But we grabbed 2 bags of I think that's whole beans. It might be grounded. It's hard to tell.
I think they're ground.
I think they're grounded. Yes, it says ground right on them. Okay, so this is Pete's Coffee ground in a bag. We just got 2 little bags. But for $3, that's $6 a coffee. You can't beat that. Good deal.
You can't find them marked down that cheap.
No, you can't. And coffee's gotten really expensive. A little, half a can of Folgers, not the big can, but the little ones are like 10, 12 bucks a piece. Okay, we weren't really trying to score lasagna. But this is a pan of frozen lasagna. But guess how much? I don't know what this goes for regular, but this was $3. So I figured, I'm looking at this and I'm feeling the weight of it, and you cut that into 6 meals for $3.
Well, there's something you can make when I'm out of town.
There you go. You heat this up and you got a whole bunch of meals. This is normally the kind of thing that's, you bake it and then you put them in little separate dishes and then you have an easy microwave heat up lunch or dinner. Now these we do typically buy. We have some that are frozen. We'll probably throw these in the freezer too. But these are family size, so it's the larger bag, and these normally go for, I think Publix has them for $7, $8. I think the commissary's regular price is $3 to $4 on the regular size bag. Again, this is a family size bag. And they are...
Are you looking for that big orange sticker on the back?
Yeah. There it is, the big orange sticker. $1.50. You can't beat that. That's more than half price, and that's for the family size bag, not the regular bag. The other one here is also half price.
There's some more stuff for you to eat when I'm out of town.
Yeah. There's some pasta meat. We'll probably throw those in the freezer. Now yogurts. They had a whole bunch of yogurts, and we normally do get yogurt, but it's kind of normally this type of yogurt, the better for you yogurt. But they had this on sale. How much is this regular price? Your best guess.
Over $6.
Over $6. 90 cents. 90 cents. Now they might have short expiration dates.
Like that one is today.
That one is today. So for 90 cents, we'll both eat on it today and we'll have lunch and we'll knock this out.
Hence why I want to get it in the fridge.
Yeah.
I will eat 1 serving and no more.
So this is kind of a bushy little jar. These are expensive. Typically I wouldn't buy these either. But for 30 cents, I think they're a couple dollars a piece. I'll eat it for 30 cents. In fact, I might eat it here in a few minutes.
She'll be eating lots of yogurt today is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I will only eat the 1 serving. I'm not going to eat like a disgusting amount of yogurt just because it was on clearance.
So this bag is wet and it's falling apart. And Chobani, everybody knows Chobani. This is Greek yogurt. It's blueberry. It is a flavor that we would typically buy, but we normally wouldn't pay a lot for it. It's falling apart, but it's $1. And we'll throw those. There's 4 of those. This little thing is breaking apart anyway, so there's 4 of those for $1, 25 cents a piece. And again, here's the great thing, there's no tax at the commissary. So it's great, because Tennessee is one of the few states that still taxes food. I'm hoping they get past it.
That should be illegal.
It should be. So that's one of the drawbacks of Tennessee is they do tax food. They're talking about getting rid of it, but they still have it. But the way around that is to shop at state sales, go across the border to Alabama, or shop in the commissary. I know this yogurt you'll play. This is the more the sugary stuff. This is the stuff I like more than what you eat. But what does this cost normal?
I don't know. I don't buy it.
Yeah, that's true. 65 cents.
I'm on a mission here to try to lose some weight, so
Yeah, I need to get back on
I'm
that
not
mission as
eating
well.
all that stuff.
So here's some Activa. These come in little small cups. These are actually supposed to be healthy for you. Whether they are or not, I don't know. But you get...
I won't weigh in.
You get 12 of these. And these are peach and strawberry mixed. And you got $1.50 for the whole batch of 12 cups. So you can't beat that price. So it was a pretty big haul. And then we bought a couple of items that were not on sale. Just stuff that we needed to get, coffee, milk, and stuff like that. But yeah, so we thought today they had a lot of stuff on sale. We probably would have bought more, but you know, we have a limited amount of space and a limited amount of bags in a little toy car. But I just wanted to share with you the great haul and the great prices we got here at the commissary. So hey, if you're military, you got commissary privileges, support your local commissary. Now this is something we couldn't do in Florida because we live 2 hours away from a military base. And it just didn't make sense to drive all the way down to Tampa for 2 hours. And to save a few pennies, you're gonna spend more in gas. But here, this was why we live here. We live here because of the lake. We live here because of the access to the base. And yeah, we're dressed in our workout duds and haven't changed yet because we need to talk about these items and get them on film before we put them up. So I just wanted to show you that the commissary is a big savings, especially when they have marked down items on top of the already good prices. So a big win at the store today.
All right.
You know how I like a deal.
Time for lunch now.
Let's eat some lunch. Here's my lunch.
Yeah, lots of yogurt for you.
Look at this new tool I got for Therese. Remember the Wild Badger 4-in-1 with the gas-operated hedge trimmer and the weed eater? Well, here are the instruction booklets. I got a lot of them, some for the battery, some for the tool itself. So here's the tool. It's pretty neat. It comes with, it's pretty heavy too, I must say. It's got some weight to it, so that's good. It's well built. Comes with a 20-volt battery and the charger. You can see it there. And a little tool if you need it. You turn it on. And you pull the trigger to cut. I thought it was going to go did, but nope, it goes. Each time you pull the trigger, it makes a cut. Let's try it out. What are you doing?
Trimming.
You can put those away. I got something fun for you.
No way!
Try those.
Oh my gosh.
Just pick a branch. Ooh, that's a thick one. Ooh, look at that.
Holy
Snap.
wow!
That's got some power.
It's gonna make my life easy.
I was wondering if they'd cut off a finger. It looks like they will have no problem with the finger. But let's not try that today.
I don't know about this one. Oh.
Well, that was a big one. That might be chainsaw size there.
I got a little too much.
Okay, we'll go on to another one. Well, what did you think of those?
I love this new toy. Wild Badger Power. This is going to make her life easier.
So, while we're talking about saving money at the commissary, there's many other ways you can save money.
That's true. One of the things, though, I do want to mention, because I don't remember if it has been mentioned, when you go through the grocery stores or any stores and there's clearance racks and all those savings, make sure you're not buying things that you don't really need just because they're marked down. I know there's a lot of stuff that's so tempting because it's a super good price, but I know previously in the past 2 weeks there was a couple items, and it was stuff that's good for you, food-wise, but you end up overbuying and then you overeat because you have so much and it has an expiration date. So you need to be very careful of over shopping on those items also. Just
Yeah.
wanted to mention that.
It's easy to get excited about a good deal, like I know I do. But then when you get it home, you find out you have too much stuff and you have to eat it too quickly. You just undoing what you just did.
So I just wanted to mention that because that kind of fouled me up this past week in my
Yeah.
diet program, having too much tofu and yogurt. And even though they're good for you items,
Everything in moderation.
too much is not good.
Right.
Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program.
This is the regularly scheduled program. I like it. Those are good tips. So we also wanted to talk about TV subscriptions. You know, if you have apps for Paramount Plus or Disney,
Hulu, and
all
Netflix,
of those.
and there's so many
There's
of
so
them.
many.
Sometimes you can get way too stacked on those.
Yeah, and you don't realize how much you're actually paying because they're $1.99, $2.99, $5.99, but it adds up to $20, $30 a month. And then you might, if you look back at your history, and you can go back and look at your history, there might only be one show on Paramount Plus that you like, or there might only be one show on Hulu that you really like. And
Not saying any of those things are bad, but sometimes you just end up with so many of them and you don't even realize it.
right,
There's even apps that help you track your apps and cancel your apps, and I feel
Yeah.
like if you need one of those, you probably have too many
you
apps.
probably have too many. That's right.
So I thought that was odd when I saw that, but they can get up there. But like I said, some of those are nice to have, and it's certainly cheaper than paying for cable. So you want to weigh all those things out, do some research.
Now, some people, there's someone in my family is a fact, and we disagree on this point, but it's not my money. This person has a TV subscription and an internet subscription. I don't know why you need both when all of the same programs are, you can find them on the internet. But, you know, some people, it's just easier for them, so they'd rather pay the money than to figure out how to find it on the internet. But almost anything can be live streamed these days. I mean, it kind of makes TV pointless. But
I feel like TV is pointless.
it really can wrap you up into, you know, a whole rabbit hole you can't get back out of. Takes all your time.
When I used to get so much done in my life, I didn't watch TV, and that's why. You have a lot more time. But anyway,
Yeah, real successful people typically don't have much time for TV, and that's smart. I'm not saying we always do that, but that is smart. And so there are things that we need to work on as well. We're not saying that we're perfect at all of these. We're just trying to share with you some of our findings. Of course, paying off credit cards, that's important. If you keep a monthly balance every month and you're not able to pay it off, that's eating you up in interest. We won't belay that point, but I just wanted to reiterate that. If you have pets, how much are you spending on pet supplies, pet foods? Pet foods can get very expensive. They can also be very gourmet. Like, does your feline need to eat gourmet, eat better than you do? Some people get a little overly with their pets. Now, I'm not condemning pets. I've had pets. But they are demanding on your wallet. They're demanding of your time. So just keep that in mind.
another thing a lot of people do is buy those, I call them boxed subscriptions, where they send you a variety of product once a month. And a lot of them are super cool. I've looked at them, and they'll send you like one really neat thing that you're interested in, and then a bunch of other stuff that you probably didn't need in that month. And they have them for everything under the sun. There's a Christian one. There's probably survival ones, fishing ones, ones for your pets.
How about camping?
Camping. I mean, literally anything you can think of has one of those international foods, sweets, taffy of the month, coffee of the month. And a lot of them, like I said, are super neat, and it sounds interesting, but that can get costly every month, and most of those things are probably not things you would have bought or needed or anything like that, but they might have one really cool thing, so maybe just go out and buy that one really cool thing and skip the subscription. Another one too that does the box subscription is the food. I know there's like HelloFresh. I don't know the names of all of them, but there's ones for workout kind of protein, healthy foods. And while those carry a big convenience, and if you are a workaholic and maybe a single person and that's what you have time for, then great. But overall, I've known some people that have gotten them and they send the recipe and it's a very small portion, and some of them you cook and it tasted really good, but it doesn't feed many, and you can find quick, easy recipes online and meal prep one day of the week and have it all ready. They sell those wonderful little containers to box them up in. I used to do that when I was living by myself and eating clean. I would spend my Sundays meal prepping, cleaning house, doing all that wonderful stuff, and then all throughout the week it's ready for you, convenient style. And it tasted better, and I think I spent less, I would say.
Yeah, probably did, because you're cooking it all at once.
I mean, nowadays with the internet, you can find all kinds of quick, easy, healthy, whatever recipe you're looking for, you can find it online. You could type in, I have this list of ingredients, what can I make? And it'll just pop it up for you and do all that thinking for you. So there's really no excuse not to do those things.
And it was a big thing I was harping on in my financial videos. Got a little winded on those, and I apologize, but these things are so important. I mean, what is the goal? What is the end goal that we're trying to achieve? We're either trying to achieve financial independence, or maybe in our case, we're trying to retire early. We don't want to work until we're 80 years old and drop dead. We want to enjoy the golden years of our life. Actually, I'd like to retire before 60, and I think we both did that. And you know, there'll be many of you that's like, oh, that's too much, that's too extreme, I can't live like that. And I understand that. You have to do what you need to do to live. Ultimately, we're just giving some tips to where you might be able to achieve other goals instead of working the rest of your life. Now, if you're fortunate situation where you don't really have to work and you have money, good for you. You did something right, something worked out for you, and good for you. But I think the most of us have had to work most of our life, and we have to kind of watch our dollars and pennies and stretch them as thin as we can, so we can retire early, so we can go on trips because we like to travel. And there are different ways to travel and save money. I think camping can be cheaper than airline trips to a destination and then having to get an Airbnb or a hotel. I think that's very expensive. We enjoy camping. Plus, you have more freedom. You can change your mind. You can go, decide to go here, divert last
some
minute.
people are only vacationing once a year.
Right. So they have to plan it.
Airbnb would be the way to go.
Correct. So you have to look at your whole situation. Other things you can do are credit card rewards. Like we use one credit card and we use it primarily for fuel rewards to try to save on fuel. You can also, a lot of fuel rewards offer discounted tickets and merchandise and things like that. So these are other ways you can save money. Also, couponing is the old-fashioned way. Clip the coupons in your Sunday paper.
Well, I don't think they do it that way anymore.
Right.
It's all digital now.
Now it's digital. I know Publix has them.
I mean, there's still
Kroger's has
some you
them.
can clip somewhere, but it's very limited.
Yeah, I was being facetious there.
I liked actually doing that. It was kind of therapeutic, clipping those coupons and looking through the sale ads.
Have you seen that TV show, Extreme Cheapskates, where they clip coupons and put them in folders, and they spend hours and hours and hours planning their one day to the grocery store trip a month. And they do it on double coupon day, and they have 5 and 6 carts of groceries, and they get out of there with paying under $100 for 5 and 6 carts of groceries.
The Extreme Cheapskate show had much more extreme things. Those were people that were dumpster diving for food.
Okay, birthday cakes that are thrown out, they grab them. And
all kinds of crazy stuff. Rinsing out Their Ziploc bags. One lady was feeding her husband cat food, and he would, or ex-husband or something, and he would come over and do work on the house. I don't know, all kinds of crazy stories.
Yeah, that's a little much for me. But for some, hey, if that works for you, I'm applauding it because you're saving a ton of money.
See, and they said you're a cheapskate, but you haven't made that show yet.
No, I'm not on that show. I think I'm quite a ways from that show, actually.
Maybe.
Another thing, traveling. This is a little bit of a soapbox for me when it comes to, let's say, fuel economy and what cars you decide to drive. I've received some feedback on that car's too small, I could never get in that car's not for me, there's not enough room. Not just from her, but there's been others. And maybe it's not for everybody. But you know what I love about that car? I got a great price on it. And for what I want to do, just running around here to the gym, short trips under 2 to 3 hours, I'm getting 40 miles per gallon. And I love driving the car. It's fun. It's like driving a little roadster car in Disney or something. It's fun. It's very, for guys or gals that like a performance car, it is that. It's high performance on a budget. And it's very cheap to fill up. It only holds 11 gallons of gas, and it gets 40 miles per gallon no matter really how you drive it. So I love it. I love it. I'd buy it again. I think it was a great purchase, and it will continue to be so. And I'm going to talk about, we're not going to talk about it here, we don't have enough time, but I'm going to do another segment on fuels for your car. Different grades of gas, different detergents in the gas, and not all gas is created equal. And I've recently made a change from buying the low budget brand gas to the top tier gas, and I'll explain why in that segment. But yes, so that's a soapbox of mine is drive, because we all drive around. We don't maybe realize how much we drive around, but you drive around between 10 and 40,000 miles a year. If you're a realtor, like you might drive 40,000 miles a year. So it's important to have a fuel efficient car. And yes, I realize you can write off the miles on your taxes, but you're not getting every dollar back on your taxes. So it is still important. Fuel efficiency is still important, especially when you're paying $4 and $5 a gallon for gas, which we oftentimes still are. Did you have anything else?
I just like to say that I think the most important thing about saving money is that you do so in the areas that you want to do so for the things that you would like to do.
Yeah.
Meaning, some people like to do different subscriptions for things, and that gives them some kind of joy. But to do that, they have to give up something else. So if the trade-off of the different things are worth it for you and your happiness, that's what the important goal is.
Yes.
To make sure at the end of the day that you're happy and you're getting all the things that you wanted by saving that money. Because you can sit there and pinch every penny and be so super tight, and then you are enjoying nothing in this world, and I don't think that's worth it by any means. If you can't live a life that's happy and enjoy things, then you might as well just go back to work and, stock up that bank account, because a bank account is what makes you happy. So you have to look at those things and see if it's worth it for you. Everybody has different things, so what works for one doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, and we could live a much more lavish lifestyle. What would the enjoyment level be for that? It'd be probably modestly better, but it's going to force one or both of us to go back to work, and that to me is too high a price. I'm just saying. But yes, we have enough, funds to do the things that we enjoy doing. And so I think we manage our money well. A lot of people would say that I'm the tightwad, I don't spend enough money at these thrift sales. The thrift sales don't make us any money, really. We go because we enjoy them, we go them to share them with you, but there's not, we're not going to sit here and hoard a bunch of stuff and we can't unload it, so that doesn't make sense either. So everything has to be done in moderation. But yeah, you have to do what makes you happy in the end. That's the ultimate goal. Our goal was to retire early. And I think we achieved that. Now our second goal is to pay off this property. So that would be financial freedom for us. Our next goal would be to pay off this property. And we're working on that. We make extra payments, and that just takes time. When you're not actively going and seeking more money to put on it, you want to still not work. So, yeah. But don't be offended by any of the things that I may get extreme on. I'm just trying to emphasize points that are like kind of important to me, the way I view things. You ultimately have to make decisions that are in the best interest of what you enjoy. It's your life. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. These are just recommendations. These are things that have worked for us and continue to work for us. And so we're just kind of sharing some wisdom. Did you have anything else you wanted to top on that? Well, thanks for watching this segment of how to save money. We're showing you the money that we saved at the commissary, because that continues to be a huge savings for us. They do tax food here in Tennessee, so we save the 4%. So that's great. And then, I know not everybody can do that. But in the state where you are, they may not tax food, because there's only 8 states that do that.
Because that should be illegal everywhere.
Yeah, it should be illegal. Tennessee's working on it. They still got some work to do. So, yeah. I'm going to wrap this up and hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.